The YouTube algorithm wants what it wants. Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Sarah Labrat and today we are talking about how I got 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm kind of using this as a tips and resources video as well as a case study on my own channel thus far. This is unlike content that I normally make. I normally make videos about my writing process and writing vlogs and all things writing basically. However, this is kind of a special occasion because my channel recently passed 1,000 subscribers. And so thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed and made this possible. I really appreciate it. I really do. It's crazy that it's finally at 1,000 and it just kind of keeps growing. So onwards and upwards. If you can't tell yet, this is obviously a crazy long video, so I have left timestamps down in the description for each section if you just want to jump around and pay attention to whatever you're looking for. There are like 7 birds that won't leave my balcony alone right now, so if there's a lot of birds chirping, those are my new neighbors. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I did post on my Instagram about it because I was very excited and wanted to share about it and wasn't sure what I wanted to do for a video or a celebration, and author Manon Shea commented and said, "Congratulations, that is amazing. Could you maybe make a video on how you did it?" And so as soon as I saw this comment, I was like, you know what, that sounds amazing. I have been watching a lot of videos recently about how to grow a YouTube channel. And so I thought that I would give my 2 cents on what has worked for me personally. I'm not saying that this will work for everyone. I'm not saying that these are the necessarily right ways to do things, because there are a lot of different ways to post on YouTube and try and grow your channel and content. And so this is a case study on what I have done and that has worked for me thus far. So I thought I had made this private, but my first YouTube video was actually posted on July 24th, 2018. So almost 2 whole years from when I'm currently filming this video, which is June 13th. So almost 2 years ago is when I posted this. And then I didn't post any other videos until exactly 1 year after that, on July 24th, 2019. So last summer, almost a year ago from today's date. And that was my video about reaching 200,000 words in my project DE. And then after that, I wasn't really sure about what kind of content I wanted to be posting at that point in time. And so I tried posting some other things that are now unlisted because they don't have to do with writing, because I realized that that's what people wanted to see from me and that's what I really enjoyed filming and posting. So I kind of picked my niche, which is AuthorTube, which is where we are right now, and niched down to that, which is one of the first tips that I find a lot on YouTube about YouTube, is that you want to pick a niche, no matter what that niche is, and get as far narrowed down as you possibly can, so that when you find your audience, they know exactly what to expect from you and they know that your content is going to be very consistent on that topic. So this video talking about how I hit 1,000 subscribers is not really in my quote-unquote niche, but I am doing this for those people that are curious, not necessarily to use this to grow my channel, if that makes sense. So something that the YouTube algorithm really cares about is consistency. And this is consistency on how often you post videos. I was posting about once a week. So for me, I actually started posting twice a week because I decided that I could be posting twice a week and that sounded like fun and good to me. One of the first things I want to talk about is the video posting schedule that I have adhered to, and sort of following along what my YouTube growth has been like thus far, because it has not picked up a whole lot until a few months ago, but I'm going to get to that. And then I'm going to talk about sort of the tools and techniques I've used to help me get to this point. And so because I wanted to be really conscientious of how my channel was growing, and I wanted to make sure that I was like never getting ahead of myself with expectations or anything, that I wanted to start an Excel spreadsheet about my stats. And I started this spreadsheet on July 22nd, but I was not posting videos regularly. But on September 30th, I had 16 YouTube subscribers. So in like mid-October, actually, I had a video that did very well, at least in terms of my view count that I get on my channel, but it is my outlining like JK Rowling video, which is linked right here and is still the most watched video on my channel. I'm trying to come up with something that's gonna beat that, but we'll see what happens when it happens. But I posted that mid-October and I got a bump from like 16 subscribers to about 80 subs. And then it plateaued at around 80 or 90 for almost 2 months, so about through January. And then in February, I got about 30 subscribers, and then I hit March, which is when I started uploading twice a week. at least consistently twice a week. And I'm going to include a picture here of what my views have sort of looked like over the past year. And you can see that things did not really start taking off until March 2nd. On March 2nd, I had 141 subscribers, which is crazy because that was just a few months ago. But I had 141 subscribers starting March 2nd. So I take my stats every Monday, and that's why it's not like the first of every month, although that would have been smart. But anyways, I check weekly on Mondays, and so that's where my stats have been, and I don't really want to change it at this point. So then starting April, I had 400 subscribers. Starting May, I had 700 subscribers, and starting June, I had 930 subscribers. So things sort of took off starting in March for me. And that is when I had started posting more frequently. And so now we're going to talk a little bit about some of the techniques and tips I have about the YouTube algorithm and gearing your channel towards success. So basically in the past 3.5 months, I have gained 850 subscribers, which is pretty insane. And I'm so incredibly grateful to you guys, but I still kind of can't wrap my mind around it. And so the first thing I want to talk about is watch time and how long your videos roughly should be. You might think that you want a really high watch through percentage, but on really successful videos, it's actually about 30-ish%. I'm pretty sure, I'm going to insert a screenshot here, but I'm pretty sure that my outlining like JK Rowling video was doing about 33% for a long time. Okay, editing Sarah here. While I'm editing this video, I wanted to jump in and say that while my outlining like JK Rowling video was doing about 30 or 33%, some of my videos do like closer to 40 or even 50% watch through, which is incredible, but those ones just don't seem to gain as many views as my videos with about 30%. For whatever reason, I don't know why, I just thought that this was really interesting and I've heard other YouTubers talking about this. And so with that in mind, a lot of people make 10-minute videos because as long as a video is at least 10 minutes long, when you are monetized, you can put ads in the middle of the video as well as the beginning. And so a lot of people try to make their videos longer than 10 minutes so that they can have those 2 ad slots. My channel is obviously not yet monetized, but for those of you that don't know the monetization rules on YouTube, it's 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. I am not yet to the 4,000 watch hours, but that'll come with time. So basically, I recommend making a video that's between like 15 and 20 minutes long, because that way, if someone is watching a 20-minute video and they only get like 30% of the way through it, they've watched 6 minutes, which adds up very quickly and contributes to your overall watch time, which is important for the YouTube algorithm and getting more subscribers and just getting more attention and watch time on YouTube. What I want to touch on is the titles of your video and the thumbnail. This is what immediately catches people's attention, and so you want to make sure that your thumbnails are branded to you, and so you don't want to have a bunch of thumbnails that look different from one another. You want them all to create a brand recognition for your channel. Like if someone sees one of those thumbnails pop up, you want to make sure that they know that that is from you. And so whether it is the colors you use, the style you use for your thumbnails, whether your face is always in it or always not in it, you want to keep your thumbnails consistent. As far as titles go, about 60 characters is the ideal length, because that is what you can include enough information in without it like running off the screen. Also, when making your thumbnails and titles, you want to make sure that you are using your keywords in both the thumbnail and the title so that people know exactly what they're going to be getting when they click on the video. And then when they click on the video, the next thing you want to worry about is watch time. And so something that's really important to keep in mind when thinking about watch time is how to keep people watching for that long. I'm going to get to adding video cards in a little bit, but right now we're just talking about watch time. You do not want your titles or thumbnail to be clickbait, because then people will click off and your watch time will be shorter. So for example, I'm going to use I Got a Blank Pages video where she did a 10K day every day for 7 days in a row, which was insane, and I totally thought it was going to be clickbait, but I clicked on it, and because I started watching, like, it was a writing vlog, and because I started watching it and like the first day she hit 10K, I was like, wow, okay, so she's gonna burn out. And then I watched the next day. This was all in one video. Basically, she kept meeting the goal. So she did exactly what the title said she was gonna do. An incredible video. Go check that out if you have not already. I was mind blown. Like, she wrote an entire manuscript in a week. But anyways, you basically want to promise something in your title and thumbnail and then pull through and actually fulfill that in the video. And you don't want to do it right away, because then people would click off. But you also don't want to wait too long with your intro to get into things, so that people like click off because you're not getting to the point fast enough. And so basically your intro should be pretty short. I've seen some that go up to like 30 seconds. 30 seconds can be like fine, but I think as like a general rule of thumb, anything longer than like 30 seconds is too long. It is what it is. The YouTube algorithm wants what it wants. And while we've already mentioned keywords and watch time and how to get people to click on your videos through branded thumbnails and good titles, something else that is insanely important that not a lot of people realize are the descriptions. I was writing really short descriptions for a while and then just putting in like a bunch of tags in the tag box until my brother, who also has a YouTube channel, told me that he doesn't put tags in his videos anymore. And so I asked him more about that when I saw him, and he told me that it was because the tags don't really matter. And so he was running an experiment on his own videos where he wasn't putting tags in the tag box at the bottom because he wasn't really seeing a difference with that. I stopped using the tags in the tag box and started putting in my key phrases into my description, like in sentence form, so it seemed natural. And that seemed to do as good a job, if not better. Obviously my first video was a little rocky when I tried doing it that way, but as soon as I started doing that pretty consistently, it seemed to make a difference. And by key phrases, what I mean are searchable terms, and you don't want to go so broad as like, this AuthorTube video is about, unless it's like an AuthorTube discussion or something. You want it to be like, if you're going to be doing like a 10K day, mention that in your description, mention that in your title. If it's a writing vlog, mention that, even though that's kind of a big category. You want whatever your title is to be searchable, and you want your description to be written well enough that those key phrases, when searched in the search bar, pull up your video. As far as titles go, as soon as you get the people to click on the video, you want to introduce yourself and say the title of the video as soon as possible. That is really something that the YouTube algorithm loves, because again, it's just another way to like essentially work on the SEO of your channel, to pound in that that is what your video is about, and so that will help pull you up in search. Or at the very least, it will make the YouTube algorithm happy with your content in that video and try to suggest it to more people, especially if people are then watching through. If you are a smaller AuthorTube channel and are not really sure how to get views or how to make content that people are going to watch, I strongly recommend looking at your list of videos and seeing like what your like top 3 videos are. And so currently my top 3 videos are Pantser Tries Plotting Like J.K. Rowling, Reading the Rough Draft, and Building My Writing Schedule. So based on that, I can learn things about what has worked for my content and what I should continue to create to get more views and more subscribers from what you guys who have subscribed have enjoyed thus far. But you can learn a lot from your own videos under the popular uploads automatic playlist that YouTube creates for you. And you can learn a lot about what people have really enjoyed on your channel and sort of what you should make more of to niche down to what people have been enjoying on your channel. However, it is also very important that you make things that you enjoy, because it is incredibly easy to burn out if you are not enjoying the content you're making. Something that the YouTube algorithm absolutely loves is posting consistently. Like I mentioned, I was posting like once a week for a while. Sometimes I would miss it, but when I decided that I wanted to post twice a week, I tried to stick to it as much as I can. There have been a few times where I posted like 3 videos and then some where I like dropped down to 1 just because I like couldn't pump out a video or I had a really busy week or something. But make sure that you are posting consistently with whatever posting timeline you choose to do, and make sure that you are not going to burn out on whatever you choose to do. AuthorTube can be a lot and can be extremely overwhelming, especially when you have a lot of other things going on in life, and so make sure that you decide your posting schedule that is best for you. I know that there are a lot of AuthorTubers and YouTubers in general that post once a week, once a month, twice a week. There are some that post every 3 days. I know there are several that post every single day and do live streams every day. And like, you just have to pick what works for you, because this is a long game essentially, where as soon as your videos go up, they are accumulating watch time and views for you and subscribers. Because even though the first like 48 hours is when your videos will see like the most views, obviously this is not true for some of my like videos that are doing really quite well, but for most of my videos it does seem like they see the most views in the first 48 hours. However, that being said, most videos will continue accumulating views in the long run. So something that we're going to be talking about next is called watch time traps, and this is really important to have posted a number of videos so that when people find your page and like your content, they keep watching your videos, which is called a watch time trap, but is extremely good for the YouTube algorithm because it realizes that someone just found your channel and they've been loving your content, so they go through and watch, as many videos as they want to, whether it's even like 2 or like 20. The YouTube algorithm will recommend more of your videos to them when they come back to YouTube, and they will also take that into consideration when wanting to show your videos to others. Something that I want to touch on when talking about like watch time traps and stuff is if you want to, it can be a good idea to ride trends. What I'm talking about mainly in the AuthorTube community is NaNoWriMo and Camp NaNoWriMo. NaNoWriMo happens in November, Camp NaNoWriMo April obviously happens in April, and Camp NaNoWriMo July, which is coming up here shortly, and I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, happens in July. So it happens 3 times a year, each for a month long, where authors all over the world get together remotely and essentially cheer each other on to write their book or smash through whatever writing goals they set for themselves. NaNoWriMo stands for National Novel Writing Month, and that one is the one in November where the goal is to write 50,000 words. However, the Camp NaNoWriMos in April and July are ones that you can set your own word goal for. And so my goal for April was to edit 87,000 words. I did that in 6 weeks, which was my goal, but I did it. And so when you ride trends like that, if you make writing vlog videos, that is an entire month of writing vlogs, like set up for you. Like, it's so easy. Or you can make like writing advice and tip videos for people who are trying their first ever NaNoWriMo or Camp Nano or something, like a survival guide. And because those videos are so much about the community, it is extremely important if you choose to make that kind of content. It is amazing the kind of response you can get. And just like the way that YouTube opens up the opportunity to connect with other writers, and people can be commenting on your videos and like commenting on how you're doing, and you can ask them how they're doing, and it's just like a great way to like meet other writers and open the doors to essentially a lot of accountability, which has been incredible. And I do have some issues with NaNoWriMo, the one that happens in November, but I absolutely adore the ones that happen in April and July. For example, I made an entire playlist from my April Camp NaNoWriMo experience and my writing vlogs and how I was doing over that, which, I mean, it's like a super easy way to give you content to make. If you're doing Nano, it's like, oh yeah, I can just make a video about my writing week. It works, and people like watching them because they want to see you succeed, as well as they want to meet other writers, and so they will come to your channel if you post something about Nano, because it's just like massive in the writing community. Another trend is tag videos, and or like the 10K in a day videos have been really popular recently, and so it can be a good way to get views if you ride trends. You can choose not to, that is just like the easier path to gaining subscribers. So there's kind of 2 trains of thoughts on creating video content that will do well, and that is evergreen content and trends. Evergreen content are the kinds of videos that it doesn't really matter what time of year, but someone will click on it and they will like watching your video because it's evergreen. It's not gonna go, I'm gonna say bad, like it's not going to expire or grow stale, which is why my popular uploads have done really well, because the pantser tries plotting like JK Rowling, like that is not at all specific to like Camp Nano. And so someone might click on this video, and it doesn't matter what time of year or how long ago it was posted, someone is curious about this, and so they want to watch it. Another great kind of evergreen content is writing advice videos, and I know that Jenna Moresi, her channel's doing very well, but that's what she makes, is talking about like, I mean, writing advice and tropes and writing mistakes and how to write better and stuff. And those are videos that people will click on consistently, no matter how long the video's been up. And so there is the evergreen content, and then there's trends chasing. And while neither one is better than the other, it is something to consider, and you can absolutely do a mix of both. That's kind of what I try to do, is a mix, but it is just something to be aware of. Okay, I've just got a few more for you guys. And while I mentioned Camp Nano and the community that it brings and the engagement that it brings just with engaging with other writers, I do want to touch on how important engagement with your community on YouTube is. This is really as easy as like making sure that you respond to all the comments that are left on your videos, commenting on other people's videos, making sure that you are showing the love and support for other people's channels, and not just like, okay, the most annoying like spammy YouTube comment I get is, can we be friends? And it's like, I know you just copy and paste that on every single video you watch. And so I always delete those because I do not like those. But when you leave a comment that shows that you have actually watched the video and like are enjoying this person's content, and you mention something in the video or you ask them a question about it, like it's engaging, and you can start to build friendships with other people on YouTube and AuthorTube in specific. But because as writers too, I think that engagement is incredibly important for this space, because writing is such an independent and kind of introverted activity that it's a great way to reach out and meet other writers through AuthorTube, because it gives you this unique opportunity to go and comment on someone else's video and like compliment them or ask them about their story and say that that sounds really interesting or whatever. But basically, engaging with your community is incredibly important. A great way to do this is through live streams. A lot of people here on AuthorTube do live write-ins and live writing sprints where they go on for like 2 hours, and I sometimes host these. So live streams are a great way to connect with your community, because people join you for a while, they chat with you in the comments, you like read the comments and respond to them. It's a great way to engage. However, hosting live streams take a lot of time and are not for everyone, so if that's not what you want to do, just make sure that you are commenting, liking, and subscribing to other AuthorTube channels. And you can even join a Facebook group for AuthorTubers or for like sharing videos and stuff, and it's just a great way to meet people and start growing your network. It is important to encourage your viewers to like, comment, and subscribe, not only because that helps show the YouTube algorithm that they enjoyed your video and that someone else might too, which is what I say in my videos when I ask people to like, comment, and sub, but liking, commenting, subscribing, visiting your channel, or going through one of your playlists, or even getting someone just to another video to watch another one of your videos is all fantastic in the mind of the YouTube algorithm, because that is all engagement. That is something that YouTube is super pumped about, is the engagement on a video. Viewage for that video, as soon as it goes live, is you sit down, you click on that video link, and you yourself watch your video the whole way through and click the like button, because that is viewed by the YouTube algorithm as a full watch through and a like, which if it's the first one on the video, the YouTube algorithm really likes that. You can also leave a comment in the comment section down below, not on my video, but in your videos. And you can leave a link to another video, which is a great way, again, that watch time trap, because some people scroll all the way down to the bottom to leave a comment, which is great, and we love it when people do that. But if they're doing that and they leave a comment and they see that you've pinned a comment, one of your comments, with another video link in it, then there's that potential for them to click on that video and go over and watch that video. And the YouTube algorithm sees that as another comment. And so if you do that right away when it's posted, the YouTube algorithm really likes that, and it will keep that in consideration when it's recommending your videos. Also, when talking about trends, I did mention playlists. And so what I have learned about playlists is that it is an extremely effective way of getting people to watch more of your content if they liked one certain video. Like for example, I have a playlist that's dedicated to my writing vlogs. And so if someone comes to my channel and they find a writing vlog that they really like, so for example, like finishing the second draft, YouTube will then recommend them the other videos in that playlist, which if they are a new person to your channel and they start watching a lot more of your content, there is a much higher chance that they are going to subscribe than from just one video. And then on your channel, you can actually organize your playlists. And so the way that I did it was I left uploads at the top because I wanted people to see what videos I have put up recently. What I put at the top is recent uploads, and so that is just every video as it pops up, like just goes in that playlist, which is one of the 2 automatic playlists that YouTube curates for you. And then the second one down from that I leave as popular uploads, because of my videos that have done really quite well, those are obviously the really popular ones, and I want people to be able to find those really easily and or watch those if they are new to my channel and are kind of curious about the content that I make. And then from there, it is kind of up to you on like how you want to organize your playlists, but organizing playlists is really important because it kind of guides your viewers through your content and helps them navigate and find exactly what they want to watch on your channel, and then they can just binge watch it if they want to. It is also possible to make series playlists where the videos that you put into a series playlist are the only playlist that you can put that video into, whereas normally you can put a video in several different playlists, but a series playlist will much more strongly recommend the other videos in that playlist than a regular playlist. So in summary of playlists are important. Make sure you're ranking them on your channel by either views or how much they are related to your channel, and then make sure that you are utilizing playlists to help people find your content and filter through your content. Next up, because we've sort of already talked about playlists, I think it's important to talk about cards and end screens. So a card is the thing that pops up in the corner when the person whose channel you're watching wants to recommend a video, typically through a mention of something in the video. You have already at this point seen a few in this video, but those are set up by the YouTuber for their audience, trying to direct them to whatever video they want you to watch next. And I have been watching a lot of videos about growing a YouTube channel and just trying to gain more subscribers and basically just wanting to get my videos out there because I've loved YouTube so much so far that I'm just trying to get it more out there. And so I've been watching a lot of videos about all things YouTube growth, and most of which has been from a YouTuber named Nick Nimmin. And while he's not an AuthorTuber, he makes videos about all things like growth and how to make better like titles, thumbnails, how to set up a successful watch time trap, how to like utilize playlists. He answers every question you could possibly have on his channel, which is going to be linked down below in my description box. So I am doing a like broad overview of the stuff that I have sort of done from learning about YouTube from his channel, but he obviously goes into much more depth, and so I would absolutely recommend you checking that out after this video is over. So now that I touched on cards, I think it's important to touch on when they are important to be used, because you want people to not click off in your videos. And so as soon as you start a video and you're like 20 seconds or a minute in, you do not want something to pop up on the top of your screen that could take someone away from that video, because then that kind of negates all of your hard work that you put into trying to get someone to your video. So something that I learned about from watching Nick Nimmin's videos is that you want to put cards in the last 20% of your videos. So then if someone has made it that far, it's okay if they click it and go to another one of your videos, because that's a watch time trap, but not them leaving your video like right after it started. It's also a really, really great way to get people to some of your playlists by linking a playlist on the cards, because then they'll click on it and then they'll follow through the playlist of videos that you linked, which can ultimately lead to more views, which can grow your channel. All right, next up is end screens. This does tie into using cards, but the end screen is the last up to 20 seconds of the video where you can like link in squares some of your videos or playlists and like leave up your icon so that people can tap it to subscribe. And I've seen some really big YouTubers that don't use their end screens, which is crazy to me, because when I watch a video, I tend to watch it all the way through and then I tend to navigate to my next video off of the end screen. For example, like Jenna Marbles, who is not an AuthorTuber, but a massive YouTuber, does not use end screens. And I think that's crazy, but she is also taking like a very relaxed approach to YouTube. It is purely fun for her, which I mean, it is purely fun for me too, but like she just doesn't care. Like it's fantastic, but she can do that because her channel's so big. Using your end screens to link to playlists are another great way to get people to watch a lot more of your content. So when do you want to post? That is a great question. There's actually a tool on YouTube that shows you what days and what times of day your viewers are on. And so I'm going to insert an image here of when my viewers are on, and so this can help you pick what time you post, what days you post, and it just kind of helps show you when your audience is online. This is a brand new tool, I believe, and so I just started using this and I think it's really cool. However, up until this point, I have been posting at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on Mondays and Thursdays, because that is what has worked for me thus far and I have enjoyed it, and that timing works for me. So I am looking forward to be using that tool more often, just to see if I can use it to my advantage and kind of use it to like figure out when I should be posting. But it's a brand new tool. I think it's really cool. I'm glad they finally made that. Ultimately, it really does not matter what day or time you post, as long as you post consistently. Because while it is important to get a certain number of views, I mean, it's not like a certain number of views, but it's important for the video to be viewed by a number of people within the first like hour, 24 hours of it being posted. You should be much more concerned about the lifetime of the content. Editing. Editing your videos is very important. The pacing and flow of your videos will keep people watching if it is done correctly. If your video is too slow, or you leave in the span of time where you're thinking, or for me, when I do that and I breathe deeply, it does not look very good, is how I'm going to phrase it. It really blocks the flow of the video. And so for my personal videos, I have to cut out my breaths and ums because I know that it just disrupts the flow. And now on iMovie, I recognize what each of my breaths and ums looks like, and so it's very easy for me to cut out. And it's really quick because I just know exactly what I'm looking for. So before I even watch my clips, I just go through and cut them out. So when editing, I typically end up with cutting out half of the original footage. And so if a video was originally containing 30 minutes of content, I would cut it down to about 15. That's just how it seems to be when I cut out my pauses, ums, and breaths. Like that one. And so I tend to cut down my content a lot. And so I always try to go into a video with having a lot of video clips to cut together because I know I'm gonna lose a lot of that fluff time, which I don't want in my videos because then that affects the flow and the pacing. And then last and final is marketing your videos. This is very important. I have made a video talking about author platform when my author platform is not super great, so I might have to do another one of those in the future when it's stronger. But I did talk about marketing your content on your platform, but you kind of have to have a platform to do that. This also might depend on how comfortable you are with sharing your videos with other people, but it is very important to just get your content out there so that people can find it and watch it and love it and subscribe. But for AuthorTube specifically, I know that there are at least 2 main Facebook groups for it that I have joined. And so whenever you post a new video on YouTube, you can go over to Facebook and drop the video link in those groups. And they are just full of other AuthorTubers and people who make somewhat similar content to you. And so people that are interested in that video, when they see it when they're scrolling through the group, might click on it and watch it. Engagement and community is extremely important in those groups. And so don't join just for a ton of self-promo. Make sure you're commenting on other people's videos, watching when other people post videos to that Facebook group. But there are Facebook groups. You can use your own Facebook page or Instagram page or Twitter page to announce when a new video has gone live. It is also a great way to connect with YouTube subscribers outside of YouTube. And so if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can. It's at Sarah LeBrat Writes. I hope to see you there. But especially in the beginning, it is so important to market your own content because you are your biggest advocate. And so you want to get out there and share your videos because you spend a lot of time on your videos and it is important for other people to see them. But you have to get out there and be the one that's doing it and sharing your content and pushing your content so that people will come watch your videos. Well, that was a little bit all over the place, but thank you so much to Manon for recommending this video concept. I hope you liked it. I hope it was helpful. It was a little bit all over the place, but I was kind of going off of just a bullet list of notes, and so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want any clarity or have any further questions, you can either ask me in the comments down below or you can scroll down in the description to Nick Nimmon's channel and you can try to find stuff about growing your YouTube channel and learning all about the YouTube algorithm and stuff on his channel because it's absolutely incredible. But if you want to ask me any questions in the comment section down below, please do. I know that this video was a lot, but I also want to make sure that the information that I shared was as clear as possible. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. It means a lot to me. But alright, you guys, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Sarah LeBrat. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and please let me know down below if you're going to try any of these techniques. If you are somehow here and have not subscribed to my channel yet, I would really appreciate it if you would. I post videos twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays, and so I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye! 1,000 subscribers. Wow.